Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Prep Huddle Live on StriveSports.com. My name is Eric Allgood. Here we are in the first part of February already. It seems like our winter has gone faster than it should have, but we are ready for a home stretch of the regular seasons. We've got some district wrestling, of course, that'll start up by the end of this week. State wrestling coming up, and then we hit sub-district and district basketball. State basketball looms less than a month away. We've got about 5 or 6 shows, if I counted right, 5 shows after tonight, if we go all the way through the end of the basketball season for Prep Huddle Live. So thanks for those of you that have joined us throughout. And even if you haven't joined us live, our replay views have been way up there. And the podcast version, I'm interested to know, has been well received as well. So thanks for getting our information, however you might be getting it to you. Tony Chapman is in Grand Island, as he usually is. And, Tony, it's been a fun ride so far, and now hopefully everyone is kind of buckled in. You very much know, if you're a basketball team, if you're a wrestler, you know where you stand probably in your sub-district, and it's a matter of fine-tuning everything and trying to make that push into March.
Yeah, absolutely, Eric. I think we had district wrestling kind of matchups came out here in the last couple days. And then tomorrow we'll seed the sub-districts for C1 down to D2. For girls basketball, they'll start sub-district play next week. And then next Thursday, we're 8 days away from state wrestling, and the next 4 weeks should be 5 weeks, I guess. Should be really, really fun. We will crown some champions here, which is always an exciting time of the year.
When we get ready for the show here tonight, let us know what do we got coming up.
Well, it's going to be basketball heavy this week. We're going to kind of preview the Heartland Hoops Classic this week, which is in Grand Island on Saturday, a day full of hoops. I mean, if you are a hoops junkie, this is the place to be. Tino Martinez, the head coach over at Grand Island Central Catholic, puts on an awesome event. You spoke earlier today with Gothenburg coach Roger Koehler. They'll have a 12:30 game against Winnebago, which should be really fun. You talk about that one a little bit. Later on, we'll have Jake Kennedy, the Riverside senior. He will be on. They will play the second game of the day. The Chargers are ranked second in Class D2, just 2 losses on the season. They will play Clearwater Orchard and their big fella, Andy Kirkman, in the second game on Saturday. And then you and I are going to kind of dive into the rest of those games, and we'll talk about those in the feature game, of course. Aurora, Colorado, Overland High School will play Omaha South in the nightcap at 9:15. It should be a fun day of basketball.
I know Tino has tried to get, it seems like the one of the top teams in Nebraska each season against one of the top teams from the area. I know Oak Hill has been there for a couple of years. So Aurora, Colorado, and Overland High School against Omaha South should be a lot of fun. Well, like Tony said, first up we've got the coach of the Gothenburg boys, Roger Koehler. His Swedes are 16-5 so far on the year. We talk about a few of those losses and then get introduced to the team as well, and also look at Alliance and Winnebago. Those are the 2 games coming up this week for the Swedes. Coach Roger Koehler of Gothenburg joining us now. And, Coach, 16-5 is the season record as it stands here on a Wednesday. A couple of big games yet coming up this week. But let's talk about the season so far. We mentioned 16-5, and those 5 losses have been scattered about throughout the season. You guys haven't had any negative streaks as far as the losses are concerned. So take us through the schedule a little bit and how you've seen the team play so far this year.
Well, yeah, 16-5 we're happy with, but also disappointed. We've got some games that we felt maybe we could have won that we didn't take care of business the way we should have. But again, at 16-5, we're pleased with where we are. We didn't start out playing real good basketball, and that's kind of been a blessing, I guess, if you will, and that the kids have been able to see that progress as the season's gone on and the improvement that we've had. So, we do feel we're playing much better basketball at this time of the year than we were early. And that's obviously what you shoot for.
Introduce us to the team this year. Looking at Max Prep, some stats, you got 3 guys averaging in double figures. Dawson Graham up there around 20 points per game. So tell us about the Swedes.
You got Dawson Graham Jr., 6'2" point guard, done a great job for us. He's getting some college looks and had some good looks after the summer ball that he was involved with Nebraska Select. And he's averaging around 20, right at 20 a game actually. Fellow juniors, Colin Hahn and Ty Clement both started last year, as well as Dawson. Ty's a 6'7" inside player for us that can step out and hit the outside shot. And Collins is a 6'2" guard with a lot of energy, runs the floor well, and plays good defense for us and rebounding well. And both those guys are averaging a little over 11 a game. And our other two starters that we have are seniors in Riley Ostendorf and Pat Messer-Smith. And both have brought a lot of energy, especially here late. Know their roles on the team and have done a good job. Capable scorers and good defenders. And then we bring some underclassmen off the bench. We've got junior and Will Healy, and sophomores Bennett Volkers and A.J. Whiting. So we've still got some youth movement going there, but it's been a good mix of the guys playing well together out on the floor.
You said that they're playing better now than at the beginning of the year. How has practices play into that? Are these some guys that have maybe kind of learned how to practice a little better, or is it just pretty much in-game functions, if you will?
Now, we've got a goal to improve every day in practice and improve from game to game. And, I don't know about the every day. That's pretty hard to do. But they're aware of that. They are working well in practice. We had one not very good practice the day before our Southern Valley game, and that was probably our worst game that we have played. And give credit to Southern Valley for what they forced us into. But I didn't even have to mention that in the locker room. One of the players stepped up and said, we practiced poorly. Look how we played. So they're realizing that, and I think that was a good eye-opener for them, and it's carried on throughout the season.
Your schedule is really good here at the very end of the season. There's, I think, 3 regular season games left before you get into the sub-district play. You get Alliance on Thursday, who's one of your losses on the season, and Winnebago on Saturday. So this week is a big, deep breath before you get ready for the postseason play. Let's especially maybe talk for Saturday. Winnebago is the opponent. It's a big name as far as the state of Nebraska is concerned. They're defending champs. And it's a unique atmosphere with the Heartland Hoops Classic. Talk about what it will be like to take the guys and go play a really quality opponent in a big time atmosphere like that.
Well, what a great opportunity for us. 2 state-rated teams this week, and then as you go, as you said, with Winnebago down at the Heartland Hoops Classic, not many chances at this point of the year you get to play an undefeated team. So we know it's going to be a heck of a challenge. Great environment, like you said, 8 games going on down in Grand Island that day. We're really looking forward to it. We know it's a challenge, but if we are able to meet the goals we have set for our team at the end of the year, we're going to be seeing people like Winnebago at the end, and this is a great opportunity for us now.
Is this? Do you look at this as the stepping stone towards the postseason when you get to an event like this?
Well, you got to be careful about putting too much on it because they're a heck of a good team, and it may not come out with a W. We're sure going down with that intent, but we're looking at it as, hey, this is a quality opponent. That's what we hope to be seeing down the road, and this will just be a measuring stick for us to let us know where we need to be.
Gothenburg boys coach Roger Koehler, thanks so much for the time, and we certainly wish you and the Swedes the best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much.
And again, a huge thank you to Coach Roger Koehler for taking some time with us on a Wednesday. I know he's got a big week, and when I talked to him this morning, of course the state football schedules have come out. They came out publicly at noon, but the coaches had them in hand about 9 o'clock, and he said they had 5 different phones going at the same time to get officials lined up. So they have every game official set for the next 2 years, and they had it done by 9:30 this morning. So that is efficiency at its finest there for Mr. Koehler. So we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk with Riverside senior Jake Kennedy. Prep Huddle Live on StriveSports.com is brought to you in part by Dickey's Barbecue in York, where right now you can get the Duke deal. There it is. A big barbecue sandwich, 1 non-fried side, and a low yellow cup drink for just $4.99. Their phone number is 402-362-4BBQ. They've got great catering ideas as well. This is Prep Huddle Live on StriveSports.com. home-cooked favorites, and online ordering so you can skip the line. That's what you'll find at Dickey's Barbecue in York. Log on to Dickeys.com, select the York address, sign in, or create a profile, and you'll be ordering delicious barbecue in just seconds. Choose from a variety of meats like brisket, pulled pork, chicken breast, or sausage. Add a home-style side like waffle iron fries, fried onion tanglers, barbecue beans, and even fried okra. You won't go away hungry. Try Dickey's Barbecue today and log on to Dickeys.com. Kids eat free on Sundays.
I never really imagined that I would be a diesel technician. I started out in a whole different other field and then kind of worked my way and stumbled my way into it, and I enjoy every day of it.
The people that I work with are great. Even if you're having a bad day, you know, they find some way to try to make you laugh or smile to try to brighten your day up. It can be a life-changing opportunity. So there's a lot of good things that this company has to offer.
Yeah, I get it. For the little things. Technology's great. It makes things easier. It's faster. We can get things done wherever we go. And we get all that from our bank. It works for us. But for the bigger things, the things that really count, I still want to talk to the people I know and trust. That's why I'm here.
Seedsmanship is what truly sets Channel Seed apart from other seed brands. It's our unmatched ability to provide you with the expert advice and customized service that helps you get the most yield out of your acres. It's the added value of year-round service combined with elite seed products that you only get from Channel Seed. At Channel, we know the importance of staying connected. As seed experts, we look to get the most out of your fields by putting ourselves in them throughout the season. That's seedsmanship at work.
I love it. It's fun. It's a fun industry to be in. Meet lots of different people, do lots of different stuff. There's always something new happening, so.
So far I've been enjoying it since I've been here. It's been great, learning new stuff every day. I recommend anyone coming to work here because so far the working environment's friendly, everyone's kind, and also the new guys that come here, they'll gain the confidence that they need just to come and work.
I like how everybody around here is, you know, we all kind of become real good friends. It's like a second family here. It's not something you would come to just work for a month or two. It's something you'll want to stick with forever.
Join us on Snapchat and follow along the stories that Strive TV and Strive Sports and Strive U all have the all under the one same banner for Snapchat. Follow us there at Strive TV. Add us and follow along with the stories. You know, when we're going off to games or Taylor's off to all parts of the state for school meetings and whatnot, it's a fun way to keep up on the happenings of Strive. So follow Strive on Snapchat. Tony Chapman.
Okay.
Okay.
Try my best.
We will. And we are very happy that joining us now on the Truck Center Company's hotline is Jake Kennedy, a senior at Riverside High School. And Jake, first of all, thanks for taking some time. I know it's a fun part of the year for you guys, so thanks for taking a little bit out. It's got to be a dream senior year for you so far, coming off the football year that you guys had, winning state, of course, in that. Now you're awesome start in basketball. What's it like to be an athlete and a senior athlete at Riverside High right now?
Right now it's pretty unbelievable, the start we've had to Riverside's foundation, winning state football the last 2 years and placing at basketball. It's kind of like we're on cloud nine right now. And me and Tanner were trying to cap it off with another state championship this year.
Jake, just your take on the season so far. I know 2 losses, both to Humphrey St. Francis, who also won a football championship this year. I guess, how do you feel like the team's playing, and do you feel like you've improved throughout the year and you're kind of ready for this last stretch run?
We've really improved the last month. We've really took strides each game, and I feel like we're playing our best basketball right now. And the thing that was kind of hurting us early in the year, we didn't have too much depth, and feels like now we have 7, 8 guys coming off the bench that we all feel comfortable with. And with St. Fran, they're a really physical team, and they're a really deep team, and having them in our same district, we have to be ready to match that come in a few weeks here.
Jake, I want to ask you because you mentioned that depth, and when I had talked to Coach Imus and Tanner in early January, it seemed like some of the younger guys were starting to find some roles. So here it is, almost exactly a month later, and do you feel like some of those roles for especially the younger kids are getting a little more defined at this point?
Yeah, they really are. Joseph Bloom, he's really come on the last month, getting more comfortable playing basketball at the high school level. He seems completely comfortable coming off the bench as a 7th guy. Also, Kyle Cornwell, he seems like he's been playing well the last couple of months here too. So we don't even notice him on the court. Even early in the year, he kind of stuck out like a sore thumb, turning the ball over and whatnot. But now it seems like we're really in the groove now.
Coming up this weekend, Jake, you guys play Clearwater Orchard in the Heartland Hoops Classic. How much are you guys looking forward to this event to hopefully prepare yourself for the rest of the regular season and then the postseason as well?
Clearwater Orchard, they're a good C2 team, so it's obviously a good learning experience from us to play a team a couple classes ahead of us and play at a higher level, I suppose. And the level that they play at is a state level for a D2 team, and playing that in that kind of a arena there, it's just like a state tournament atmosphere. And having Andy Kirkman being 6'8", 6'9", that'll help us if we run into Parkview Christian down in Lincoln if we make it there. And they have a 6'8", 6'9" post too, so seeing good posts like that will definitely give us some experience with them.
Jake, do you have a personal preference, football or basketball?
To be honest.
Are you going to try to play football at the college level, or have you kind of decided on that yet? Or
I've decided not to. No one really had what I wanted to study, so I'm just going to go to UNL.
Gotcha. Perfect.
UNL would be a perfect 4.0 student, right?
Yep.
And
something like that.
Well, close enough anyway, right? And before we let you go, Jake, it's been kind of fun to ask, since we've kind of featured a few more of the athletes in the second half of our Prep Huddle Live season, if you will. Have you challenged Coach Imus to a shooting contest yet?
I haven't yet. He's kind of intimidated me with his dunking skills. Yeah. Get some windmills and some 2 hands, so I think he'll beat me every time.
Well, I didn't say dunk contest. I said shooting contest now. Maybe you need to step out with some range on him. I don't know. Or has anyone else? Surely Tanner has at least thought about it at this point in the season.
No, he's made it pretty clear that he said he'll take any of us one-on-one and beat us every time.
Well, if it gets to Lincoln, make sure you get him after the season. Then it should be fun to watch you guys. We can't wait to see what you guys can have on Saturday. Taylor's also got something.
Hey, since you can't take on Imus, I bet you could take on Mr. Schwartz pretty easy.
Schwartz isn't not too good, is he?
You could take him.
You'd feel
I plan on it.
Feel more confident about that one. That is Riverside senior Jake Kennedy. Jake, thanks a lot for taking some time on a Wednesday night, and best of luck to you and the Chargers for the rest of the season.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, Tony and I are going to take a real quick commercial break. Again, when we come back, we're going to recap some of the conference tournaments that just wrapped up over the last couple weeks, and we will take a look more in-depth at that Heartland Hoops Classic in Grand Island on Saturday. This is Prep Huddle Live on StriveSports.com.
Yeah, I get it. For the little things. Technology's great. It makes things easier. It's faster. We can get things done wherever we go. And we get all that from our bank. It works for us. But for the bigger things, the things that really count, I still want to talk to the people I know and trust. That's why I'm here.
Seedsmanship is what truly sets Channel Seed apart from other seed brands. It's our unmatched ability to provide you with the expert advice and customized service that helps you get the most yield out of your acres. It's the added value of year-round service combined with elite seed products that you only get from Channel Seed. At Channel, we know the importance of staying connected. As seed experts, we look to get the most out of your fields by putting ourselves in them throughout the season. That's seedsmanship at work. Home-cooked favorites and online ordering so you can skip the line. That's what you'll find at Dickey's Barbecue in York. Log on to dickeys.com, select the York address, sign in, or create a profile, and you'll be ordering delicious barbecue in just seconds. Choose from a variety of meats like brisket, pulled pork, chicken breast, or sausage. Add a home-style side like waffle iron fries, fried onion tanglers, barbecue beans, and even fried okra. You won't go away hungry. Try Dickey's Barbecue today and log on to dickeys.com. Kids eat free on Sundays.
I never really imagined that I would be a diesel technician. I started out in a whole different other field and then kind of worked my way and stumbled my way into it, and I enjoy every day of it.
The people that I work with are great. Even if you're having a bad day, you know, they find some way to try to make you laugh or smile, to try to brighten your day up. It'll be a life-changing opportunity. So there's a lot of good things that this company has to offer.
Welcome back to Prep Huddle Live on StriveSports.com. I'm Eric Allgood. We've got Tony Chapman joining us from Grand Island as usual. Tony, before we get to the Heartland Hoops Classic, there over the last 2 weeks we've had a lot of the conference tournaments for especially a lot of our Strive schools that have wrapped up. And we wanted to highlight just a few of those winners and again say congratulations because it's been a lot of fun to be a big part of at 3 of these anyway. And we had a lot of fun following along with Johnson County Central as well as they streamed a lot of the ECNC tournament. But the Central 10 Conference and CRC Conference got wrapped up 2 weekends ago. For the girls' side on the Central 10 Conference, the Aurora girls defeated York for their first conference title since, when did we say, Tony?
I think it was 1981, I believe, is 81 or 82. So it's been at least 30 years. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, been quite some time. And the Aurora boys made it an Aurora double there as they wore down Crete for their championship game. The CRC, which was always fun, and boy, what a great week that we had there. Prep Huddle Live was live from the York City Auditorium that Wednesday, and just a lot of different things that we were able to share. And I think it was, from everything that I heard, was very well received. So that is something that we will probably look to do again, hopefully again in the future. The BDS girls turn back Hampton for the championship, and then the High Plains boys win a classic over BDS. And we got done with that game, Tony, and I think everyone in that gym, probably even the BDS people, had a little bit of a smile on their face for those High Plains guys because they just the 6 of them that played on the floor that night were just dynamite.
Yeah, it was something else. You know, the shots went in. They made some big shots. They had guys step up and make big plays when they had to, and that's kind of what happens when one plays two. It'll be interesting, Eric, to see how this one goes on Friday night. I think they'll get they have a little rematch on Friday. So BDS, I know, had that turnaround last year. They played High Plains on Friday. They turned right around and played Hastings St. Cecilia in the Heartland Hoops Classic. So it'll be interesting to see how they do or fare in that little doubleheader this year. Probably not much better way to get you ready for the state tournament atmosphere than doing that if you're Coach Cluck.
ECNC side, of course, they had the stream. The Johnson County Central Strive team had the stream that week of the Louisville girls beating Malcolm, and then Elmwood Murdoch beat JCC on the boys' side for their tournament titles, and a lot of fun there. And then we had the Southern Nebraska Conference that also wrapped up, and Southern Nebraska Conference is a very special one to Strive because it was the first thing that Taylor did. I think even actually before Strive was Strive. The Southern Nebraska Conference got streamed as far as their conference basketball tournament. So the Superior girls beating Sutton to avenge their only loss so far this season. Superior girls are now 21-1, and I think they were ranked number 4 in Class C, number 3 in Class C2 at the beginning of this week before that game even happened. And Sutton was ranked number 6. So great job by the Superior girls. And then Milford and Fillmore Central in the boys' side. Milford got a fast start, and they held on against a scrappy Fillmore Central team that wouldn't go quietly. But, boy, every time Fillmore Central made a run, Milford was there to answer with a big 3 or a series of layups or some defensive stop the next time down. And the Eagles win yet another SNC tournament, and it's been a lot of them. They had a post on, Milford High had a post on Facebook since they joined the Southern Nebraska Conference in, I believe the post said 73. They've won 41 conference championships. And they've been runners-up 43 times, and not obviously just boys basketball, but all total in the conference. That's remarkable. There's a lot of good teams that come out of the SNC, and that's a lot of times being in the top 2 on that one. I think we're ready now, Tony. You want to talk about? Are we ready to talk about Grand Island?
Let's do it.
Okay. That first game of the Heartland Hoops Classic coming up on Saturday is the 9 o'clock game. It's BDS and Amherst. And, Tony, this one, as you noticed, is going to be a study in contrast of styles offensively.
Yeah, BDS will want to guard you, probably keep the game, in the high 40s, low 50s. If it gets to 60, that might be a little fast for them. And Amherst, I believe, is one of the top 3 scoring teams in the state. They're averaging 77.1 points a game, 20-0. They just won their conference tournament, the Fort Kearney conference tournament, dominating fashion. I think, the names there are pretty familiar to most. Braden Eckhout was a heck of a football player. He's at 16.2 points per game, and Trevor Adelung is a junior, is at almost 18 points per game. This is interesting, too, to see if Coach Cluck gets into Cameron Hudson's head on Friday night, or maybe they've already talked. Amherst was D1 last year, and High Plains beat them in the first round. Basically, this same exact team beat them in the first round of the state tournament last year down in Lincoln. So will be interesting to see how these two teams match up. I think it could be a really good basketball game. A lot of great athletes on the floor in that one.
Also, the 10:45 game, like we had just mentioned with Jay Kennedy, his Riverside team taking on Andy Kirkman and Clearwater Orchard. There's good athletes. This is really good small basketball taking on really good mid-sized basketball as well coming up on Saturday.
Yeah, and of course, these two teams played last year, I believe, kind of early in the regular season. Clearwater Orchard is another team up in C2 from D1 last year. They were all also at the Class D1 state tournament. So this will be another good one, and it will be interesting to see how does Riverside go about guarding Kirkman. He's a 6'8 guy. He's an Augustana recruit. Augustana, I believe, is one of the top 2 or 3 teams in NCAA Division II. So really good basketball player, Andy is. You and I had a chance to watch him play football, the state semifinals when they played at Burwell. I expect this game probably Riverside will probably be the one that maybe wants to push that tempo just a little bit, get that game maybe up into the low to mid 60s kind of game. Maybe see if they can wear down Clearwater Orchard just a little bit.
The 12:30 matchup is Gothenburg and Winnebago. Of course, Winnebago is still undefeated. They've got a conference championship under their belt. They've got David Wingett, one of the best players, and I believe the top scorer in the state of Nebraska. Should be a fun one at the 12:30 mark.
Well, I mean, you tell me. I believe Gothenburg, one of the top 3-point shooters in the state. Correct me if the name's wrong, but I think it's Dawson Graham is his name. And then you have, of course, David Wingett, he's a 6'7" kind of slasher guy, playing the wing, shoot the 3, left-handed player. He scored 52 or 3 points, I believe, against Laurel Concord Coleridge earlier this year. And he's just the real deal. I mean, you will love watching him play basketball. And, we kind of became enamored with Winnebago last year at the state tournament. And they talk about res ball and kind of how they play, but their style, I think it's very similar to like an 08, 09 Memphis kind of team where they want to spread you out, drive and penetrate, and then they want to press you, get you up tempo. It's really, really good basketball. I don't care what you call it. It's fun to watch. They're fundamentally sound, and they're just, they really do a great job. Jeff Barrett's their coach. I think one of the top coaches in the state.
We go up in class size just a little bit for the 2:15 game. Seward taking on Grand Island Central Catholic. Will be fun. Should be fun to see the Blue Jays and the Crusaders.
Yeah, this will be one. Grand Island Central Catholic, Tino's put this on, and they're a team. They're always going to play you hard. They're gonna guard you. Seward is a team, I believe, that was into the conference semifinals over in the Central 10. That one kind of in the middle of there. Two teams I don't know a whole bunch about. I know Central Catholic really young this year and kind of building off of last year's team that advanced to the state semifinals before losing to Winnebago.
4 o'clock matchup, Columbus SCOTUS, Adams Central. This feels like it should be a good football matchup too, but I'm sure it will be great on the hardwood as well.
Yeah, Columbus SCOTUS is a team that has been ranked in the top 10 all classes this year, along with Bishop Neumann, who we'll talk about in a couple games. But they've had some battles so far this year. They won the Centennial Conference tournament, beating Hastings St. Cecilia, and then they just lost to Bishop Neumann. So that conference just wear you out. And Adams Central kind of struggling a little bit here. They lost to Kearney Catholic in the finals of the Lou Platte Conference tournament here on Monday night. So they'll be looking to bounce back from that. That should be a good game at 4 o'clock.
5:45 matchup, Hastings St. Cecilia taking on Sydney. Sydney gets to come east, of course, and they are number 3. They're 19-1 at the beginning of the season, ranked number 3 in Class B by the Omaha World Herald. St. Cecilia was on Monday got ranked number 1 in Class C2 ahead of undefeated Winnebago because, of course, Winnebago needs a little more motivation for the rest of their season, apparently. But an intriguing matchup nonetheless between St. Cecilia and Sydney.
They have the top 3 teams in C2 at the event, actually, when you throw Amherst in there at number 3. So St. Cecilia ranked ahead of both of those teams. Now, their losses are to SCOTUS and to Newman and Beatrice, who's a Class B team, and then SCOTUS again. So it's not like those losses are to slouches. They don't have a C2 loss, if you want to look at it that way. And I believe one of the best athletes you'll see on Saturday is Brooks Asher, the coach's son. He's a Kansas baseball recruit and does a nice job. He's also one of the top 3-point shooters in the state. St. Cecilia and Sydney. Sydney, of course, were the Class D or Class B runner-up last year, losing to Elkhorn South in the final. So all the things they say about basketball in the West, throw it out the door when you talk about the Red Raiders. I believe they're 19-1 and ranked 3rd in Class B. That should be a dandy as well.
Maybe the game I'm most looking forward to on Saturday is the 7:30 game. Bishop Neumann and Aurora, both teams ranked in the tops of their classes, and Newman's ranked in the all class as well. This should be a great matchup, and in that primetime spot. I like that.
Yeah, I think this one could be, really good. How many great athletes are going to be on the floor for this one? Of course, Aurora just one loss to Gretna. Austin Allen, kind of their guy who's doing good things for them inside, and then Tommy Leininger outside, Coach Leininger's son. And then you look at Bishop Neumann, and there's a lot of names on there. I think, but one to watch is the junior Noah Vedral, who's also garnering FBS football attention as a quarterback. Neumann just hammered SCOTUS on Friday. I believe the final was like 71-45 or somewhere in that neighborhood. This one, you're right, Eric. This one could be almost as good as when the other Aurora plays at 9:15.
Yeah, Tony's got that right. The Aurora team at 9:15 is Overland High School out of Aurora, Colorado, taking on the number 1 team in Nebraska in Omaha South.
Omaha South too. Another thing that just happened this week. Omaha South has cracked the USA Today national ratings at 25th, and so that happens very rarely in the state of Nebraska. I believe Omaha Central was ranked for a little while in their undefeated state championship season a few years as well. But Aguk Arope, the Nebraska recruit, is kind of their go-to guy. He's really good. The Packers are 20-0. Of course, Bruce Chubbuck Sr., their coach, they just really build a nice program over there. And then I might get the name wrong, but Aurora Overland last year was a state champion in Colorado. I believe they're sixth in the regional rankings that USA Today puts out. And their go-to guy, I believe the name is Devin Davis. He is signed with Indiana. So he's got to be pretty good if he's going to go play some Big Ten basketball. Again, that 9:15 matchup. Generally how this goes is that baby will start about 9:30 or 9:45, and you'll want to make sure you got plenty of Red Bull or Mountain Dew stashed away. Stay there for this one. It should be fun. I thought I was the only one that's supposed to cough.
What? Yeah, that was uncharacteristic of me, but yeah, it should be fun. That more than 12 hours. You're probably looking at 14 hours of basketball on Saturday. I can't wait for that. Tony, real quick, we've got some good matchups in the Strive 5. 5 games to watch coming up over the next week or so on the Strive channels. And, of course, with sub-districts looming quickly for the girls and then the boys another week after that, it starts to be a few less games to pick from, but there's still some really quality matchups. There's one tomorrow night on the girls' side. Freeman is at Johnson Brock. And then there's 3 good ones on Friday. There's 2 boys games we want to highlight. In D1, number 7, DCS is at C2, number 6, Southern Valley. And we've highlighted both those teams on Prep Huddle Live and on the Rewind at some point this year, Tony. So especially that first Friday game, DCS and Southern Valley should be a great one in the southwest part of the state.
Well, I noticed that you also have High Plains and BDS on there. Both of those games are rematches of conference championship finals, so they should be very well contested. Southern Valley got DCS in the Republican Valley final, and both of those schools, look like have a decent chance of advancing down to Lincoln. And then, as you see there, the High Plains BDS matchup, which should be, really, really good. Again, I think. In D1 there. So, if you got time, hop on early on the Southern Valley channel and watch those DCS girls. Just one loss early in the year and advanced to the state finals last year, and really everybody back. So they're fun to watch too. They really like to get up and down the floor.
Then an intriguing one as well Friday, I think, the girls on D1, number 1 Friend is at Meridian. Meridian, a game over 500, but a chance to watch the number 1 Bulldogs and see how they kind of handle that lofty status. Tony, sometimes that doesn't always work out the way you want to see it, but we'll see what the Lady Bulldogs can do on Friday night. And then the one game on Saturday that we were going to highlight also features High Plains as they go to Osceola. Basically, they get to play the last 2 rounds of the CRC tournament for a second time.
Yeah, boy, imagine that. Osceola is a team that, they're in High Plains sub-district as well, and I think about 13-7. So they've had a nice season as well. Some good athletes there for Osceola with Bennett Nelson, Luke Erickson, and I think that game was supposed to be earlier. Is that a reschedule? I think from last week's snowstorm. So a game High Plains didn't have. They didn't have on their schedule at the beginning of the year, but a makeup game there. So a big weekend for them. I know Coach Hudson would probably like to get both of those as we head to the end of the season here.
I think, that's the Strive 5. We'll let you know on social media, of course, as those games kind of come up. But, Tony, the next events, if you will, for Strive, of course, we want to remind everyone to subscribe to The Dish. You get Neb Prep stories right to your inbox. We put that out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so go to strivesports.com/subscribe to get The Dish. And then, of course, like we said before, join us on Snapchat as well. Lots of stories. Snapchat will be going crazy on Saturday, I'm sure, when we are at the Heartland Hoops Classic We'll be doing some Facebook and some tweet posts and all sorts of stuff. But right there, right now, if you've got your cell phone handy and you're watching us live or even on the recording, take your phone out, open your Snapchat, take a picture of your screen. Boom, Strife TV now is your friend. And Taylor might be your friend too. I don't know his policy on that part though.
If you're lucky, no. Hey, I want to apologize. Thanks to the Riverside Twitter account, whoever was running that. We looked at that photo of what we thought was Jake Kennedy for 5 minutes from state basketball last year, and apologized to Jake on the little graphic that was Colin Martinson, CJ Marty 5. So thank you to Riverside for pointing that out. Our apologies. That's my fault. I knew they didn't look the same, and I had Eric.
I looked at it, and I was like, well, I think so. And then we looked at another picture of him, and like, well, yeah, that looks like Jake, but so obviously.
So apologize to Jake for that, and thank you for the RS Chargers Twitter account for letting us know.
The beauty of social media is if you do something wrong, they'll always let you know about it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Which is fine.
Yes, that's great. The power of social media.
That means they're watching.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. That's
wonderful.
We know we had one viewer, right, Tony? One's greater than zero.
One's greater than zero. Yeah, absolutely.
Tony, final thoughts as we get out of here on a Wednesday night.
Well, really quick, we talked a lot of basketball, but district wrestling for most of the smaller schools will start up Friday and roll in through to Saturday. And then I think A and B is mostly just a one-day event, which will be Saturday. If you guys don't follow Husker Matt on Twitter, do so right now. You can get any results you want. He's going to probably be going crazy. Ross, hopefully we can have Ross on next week to kind of preview that state wrestling championship. So Friday and Saturday for districts there, and then state at CenturyLink Center, Omaha, will start on Thursday and run through Saturday, and we will be there. You guys will be there the last 2 days of state wrestling, and then state postseason basketball for girls starts next Tuesday, actually Monday. Some bunny bracket games Monday, so it will start getting fun once the new week hits. Should be exciting.
Well, it's always fun, and especially when the postseason starts to roll around, and you really put your lessons that you've learned throughout the season on the final exams. So, looking forward to that. Again, as always, we say a big thank you to Cornerstone Bank, Truck Center Companies, Channel Seed, and Dickey's Barbecue in York, sponsoring our Prep Huddle Live on StriveSports.com. Until next week, thanks for watching us, and we'll get you next week on Prep Huddle Live.
I love it. It's fun. It's a fun industry to be in. Meet lots of different people, do lots of different stuff. There's always something new happening,
So far, I've been enjoying it since I've been here. It's been great, learning new stuff every day. I recommend anyone coming and work here because so far the working environment's friendly, everyone's kind, and also the new guys that come here, they will gain the confidence that they need just to come and work.
I like how everybody around here is, we all kind of become real good friends. It's like a second family here. It's not something you would come to just work for a month or two. It's something you'll want to stick with forever.
Seedsmanship is what truly sets Channel Seed apart from other seed brands. It's our unmatched ability to provide you with the expert advice and customized service that helps you get the most yield out of your acres. It's the added value of year-round service combined with elite seed products that you only get from Channel Seed. At Channel, we know the importance of staying connected. As seed experts, we look to get the most out of your fields by putting ourselves in them throughout the season. That's seedsmanship at work.
I never really imagined that I would be a diesel technician. I started out in a whole different other field and then kind of worked my way and stumbled my way into it, and I enjoy every day of it.
The people that I work with are great. Even if you're having a bad day, they find some way to try to make you laugh or smile to try to brighten your day up. It'll be a life-changing opportunity. So there's a lot of good things that this company has to offer.
home-cooked favorites, and online ordering so you can skip the line. That's what you'll find at Dickey's Barbecue in York. Log on to Dickeys.com, select the York address, sign in, or create a profile, and you'll be ordering delicious barbecue in just seconds. Choose from a variety of meats like brisket, pulled pork, chicken breast, or sausage. Add a homestyle side like waffle iron fries, fried onion tanglers, barbecue beans, and even fried okra. You won't go away hungry. Try Dickey's Barbecue today and log on to Dickeys.com. Kids eat free on Sundays.